What's up, guys? This is Kephas.
There's a reason why World of Warcraft will always have a special place in my heart. It changed my life. And I don't mean that in some exaggerated, clickbaity way. I mean it literally. WoW became a lifeline for me, and I want to share that story because I've always believed that gaming can be more than just a way to pass the time. It can be meaningful, it can be transformative, and for me, it was. I was born with a visual impairment, a birth defect that left me blind in one eye and with very limited vision in the other. And I don't want this to be a pity party, but the reality is life with a visual impairment has never been easy. Growing up, I always felt like I was living in a world that just wasn't built for me. School was a challenge, socializing was a challenge, even just getting around was a challenge. And while I always tried my best to fit in, to do things the normal way, it often felt like no matter how hard I tried, I kept hitting roadblocks. One of the few places where I felt like I truly belonged was in video games. When I was a kid, while others played sports, I played games. And gaming wasn't just an escape. It was something I could actually succeed at, something that brought me joy when so many other things felt out of reach. And then one day, gaming for me started to become something more. When I was 11 years old, it was 2 days after Christmas when my baby sister unexpectedly passed away. She was just 11 months old, and it was the hardest thing I had ever experienced in my life. My home life was not perfect, and in the days following, I found myself alone at home, grieving in silence. But I had been given The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for Christmas that year, and so I played. I played for hours, for days, completely absorbed in the world that for a little while dulled the pain. And as I played, the game helped me process my grief. It gave me something to hold on to when everything else felt like it was falling apart. And I started to realize that while I was hurting now, there were even still things in life that I could enjoy, a reason to keep going, to keep living and seeing what life had to offer. And that's when I truly realized that gaming could be more than just entertainment. It could be something deeper, something meaningful. And so years later in early adulthood, I found myself struggling to find my place in the world. I didn't have many friends, I felt isolated, and I honestly had no idea how I was going to move forward in my life. And then I watched this episode of South Park about World of Warcraft, and I thought, that actually looks kind of awesome. And so I gave World of Warcraft a try. And little did I know that that decision would have a massive impact on my life. I started playing, and over time, I made some friends. And eventually, I joined an incredible guild called Alia Iacta Est, which was built from the community of the Instance podcast. And within a short time, I had a group of people I talked to every single day. We didn't just talk about the game. We talked about life, philosophy, entertainment, anime, you name it. They weren't just online friends. They were friends. For the first time, I felt like an equal, unburdened by the limitations I was accustomed to. I was just another raider, another teammate. And sure, there were times I had to ask for adjustments because of my vision, but instead of being a burden, my guildmates supported me. They worked with me, empowered me, and I always felt like that my efforts were appreciated. And WoW, I wasn't limited by my disability. I was just me. One day, one of my friends suggested that I try and make a segment for The Instance. There used to be a segment on there called Mod of the Week, and the guy behind it got hired by Blizzard, so an opportunity was created. And since I was kind of known as the mod guy, everybody that had a question about any kind of add-on would usually come to me, I came up with the idea for the Mod Minute. And I started making that segment for the Instance podcast just about every week. Eventually that led to me making YouTube videos about mods, accessibility, and how I play WoW. And that led to even more videos, guides, discussions, and all kinds of other stuff. And somehow this thing that started off as just me playing a game evolved into my passion, my purpose. For most of my life, I had struggled to fit into the traditional mold, to do things the normal way. And every time I've tried, I ran face first into a wall. But with content creation, I found a path that actually worked for me. One where I could help people, inspire people, and connect with people. It was something I built on my own terms. And it was something that, despite what so many people told me growing up, proved that for me, gaming was not just a waste of time. It was an opportunity to connect with the world. And the same can be said about my vision, something that's always felt like an imposing force working against me. Here, I'm able to harness it and use it to connect with people in a unique way. And that, for me, makes it all worth it. So, to everyone who watches my videos, to everyone who has supported me on this journey, thank you. You've given me a way to turn my biggest challenges into something meaningful. And as long as there are people who want to watch, I'll keep making videos because I love gaming. I love helping people. And I believe with everything in me that video games can change lives. They've certainly changed mine.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.